Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Merton. I'm a middle school teacher, technology, and instructional coach for my district.
And I'm her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin. And each week I just snap on my fingers and this show gets produced.
Yeah, we're doing really good today. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 128.
128. Season 5.
We are here. And we are
And when
creating.
when you're here, you're
Your
family. Family, bro.
Oh my goodness. So we are creating this week. So after going through all of the fun episodes of excitement and going through things, I was like, hey, there's some sites that have done a bunch of upgrades since I've talked about them and we're using them more in school. And I thought I'd share a few things that we're working on in class. So
For sure.
why not talk about them?
For sure.
So this week we're talking about 2 different creative websites that students can use for a variety of topics and a variety of projects and a variety of classes and all that kind of stuff. The first one we're going to talk about is Snappa.
Snappa.
So I talked about Snappa way back in episode 45-ish.
Okay.
And it's a really cool, like, graphic creating kind of site. And it's really nice. You just go to Snappa, SNAPPA.com. So Snappa.
Easy enough.
Snappa your fingers, as you said, and ta-da.
There we are. Boom.
So what's cool about this is it's one of those sites where you are able to create all kinds of cool graphics and make designs. And there's a lot of good templates that are already set up for you, so it doesn't spend a bunch of time creating things. But why I like these sites is in like my enrichment classes or in social studies or some of the other teachers I work with, like in math class, like they're putting together student ideas. They want them to share graphics. They want them to share some charts and graphs. They don't want to do everything in Google because they want kids to be able to expand their capabilities of what they're doing. So Snappa is really easy for that. They can just sign in. You get a free account. With Snappa, you get 3 free downloads a month.
Okay.
So that's just something to be aware of. You know, if other teachers are using it that way or not.
So after you've created it and you click the download button, you can only click that 3 times.
You can only download 3 times a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just something to be aware of. But, you know, there's always ways. But anyway, so like.
Besides paying for it.
Right. So let's just say that we're going to go look at infographics, or you can pick, like, there's cute, like, commonly misused words, and you can click on it and they've got a cute little bubbly one. And what's nice is when you open up Snappa, you open up a template, you choose it, and then you have all the choices set up. The menu is very clear and easy to use. It has little arrows that literally like dance and point. They're like background, patterns, uploads, color. You can choose, like, pick a pattern.
Pick me.
So I pick it and it changes. And then they're like effects. And then in that background, you can darken it and blur it and saturate it and brightness. And it's also kind of, I was thinking about these creative sites too, is it, when they're set up like this, instead of using something in Google, it really does teach kids skills when it comes to actually how all of this works. It's not just like copy and paste a picture in the background, slap it in the back. Like, it gives them some
learn
artistic skills and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's really nice because it's laid out pretty clear in a template.
Sure.
They can change out text, graphics, shapes, all that kind of stuff. They can undo, redo, resize, duplicate, all that kind of stuff. And then they can save it, and then they can share it. And sharing, either they drop it into their account or you click the little download button. And if you download it, it's yours to keep forever. And again, you get 3 a month. So it's kind of nice. It's easy. They can download it and then upload it, drop it in your Google Classroom if you want them to, or share it with others or print it. Right now, we've got homecoming coming up. So cutesy little homecoming posters and all that kind of stuff. Days of the week, dress up days of the week.
Go team.
Yay. Other projects going on.
Go Lions.
Rawr.
Go daffodils.
Yeah, so Snappa just has a lot of different choices. You can create different types of graphics, and you don't have to choose one of their templates. You can just start from scratch and just create with a custom height and size. which is kind of cool.
I think that it's
And-
cool that they're, even on the free plan, their HD photos and graphics are
Mhm.
free with that. So it doesn't matter which plan, which you're on the free plan or the paid plan,
Mhm.
that they've got 5 million plus different photos and graphics to choose from.
Yeah, it's really cool. And there's website templates and there's, Facebook templates. There's ebook covers. There's plain posters, thumbnails, just a lot of different things that you can have your kids create. I would definitely say like older students, middle school, high school. But yeah, just a lot of cool ways to create graphics and
can make
incorporate those in your classroom.
Twitch banners.
Yeah. Awesome.
If you're got a classroom full of Twitch kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And along with that is another creative site, which we've talked about a little bit before, way
Yes.
back in episode 8.
Episode 8, that was a long time
It was a
ago.
long time ago,
We were just kids.
right? So we have mentioned, and it used to be called Adobe Spark.
Yes.
Adobe Spark has changed its name to Adobe Express.
Yes.
And they have upgraded and changed a bunch of stuff and made it more user-friendly. And for teachers, they have kind of like a little education plan kind of thing. It's free. We've talked about Adobe a lot where they're trying to teach people how to create. So in Adobe Express, so it's express.adobe.com,
Mm-hmm.
you'll create your own account, which is links to your Google account and everything.
Yep.
What's nice about Adobe Express is that it does connect projects to Google Classroom
Oh, cool.
and MS Teams. And like, so when you choose your project and you go to share your projects, you then are able to, when you're sharing them, you can download those as well or share. And if you click share the link, you can then drop it. What's also cool about that is they have a QR code that links to your project as well. So you can share the QR code right off your screen.
Yep.
And it takes right to the app too, which I think is cool when kids are producing art and projects that you could hang on your wall or on our bulletin boards or things like that, where you can QR code to link to other information or additional pieces to it, or you could just have students' name, QR code, and then their projects come up digitally, which I think is kind of fun.
Yeah, that's neat.
And so with Adobe Express, you have all kinds of choices, very similar to Snappa. We've talked about Canva has them too, where you've got the different posts and the posters and logos and flyers and custom sizes and all that kind of stuff. But two that I'd like to point out is they have book covers and album covers, which I think is kind of cool because if you're having students do a piece of writing, I know right now, like memoir time of the year where everybody writes their memoirs for ELA.
Yep.
Well, you can have them create book covers then in Adobe Express.
Oh, cool.
To go with your memoir, which I think would be kind of a cool way to connect, a visual with their writing that they're doing. So yeah, they have that option. Album covers. I always love a good album cover. Like, this is how I feel. This is my dramatic album cover. I'm going to make it about me. So there's that as an option as well, along with lots of other posters and infographics and things. And all your tools are listed for you too. So it's very easy where you click on your project, choose what you're going to do. You've got your toolbar down the right-hand side with photos and text and all those cool uploads. And then you can add your own brand if you choose your own brand stuff, colors, animation, and all that kind of stuff gets created in there. So Adobe Express.
Well, that's fun.
You can express yourself with your fancy art.
Express yourself
And
graphically.
build it into any content area
Yeah.
very easily.
Free use forever. No credit card required. Boom. Adobe Express. Yeah. Oh, it was a nice little upgrade over.
Yeah.
Over Spark.
Over time, I've seen things. Yeah.
And they do have this
change
as
and
an app
develop
as well, right? On
Mhm.
iOS and Android.
Yeah. You can create flyers. And that too, back to our homecomings coming on up.
Yeah.
Flyers. You can make all these cutesy little flyers for all the different activities and collages. That was what I always liked about Adobe Spark was collages, and Adobe Express has all the collage makers you could possibly want. So
Having a Halloween bash.
make a collage.
Adobe Express.
Having a
Getting ready,
memoir, write a book,
getting,
make a book cover.
getting ready for Thanksgiving. Adobe Express. That's cool.
Gonna sing a song, make an album cover.
So express.adobe.com
Correct.
or adobe.com/express. Either one will get you there.
Yes.
That's neat.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah, fun
So
little tool.
little Snappa, little Adobe Express.
Yeah.
There you go.
Way to go.
All of the fun things. Go create some stuff. And it would be really fun if you shared it on Twitter and tagged us in it. I would love to see what you create.
Yeah.
I like to see what your kids create.
Make us some art.
Mm-hmm. Well, on that note, thanks for tuning in. Oh, we're not going to be here next week, but we will be here the following week. There's a little fall break in there.
Got a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, but we'll be back.
We will the following week. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter @SmartInWI. And if you want to get information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartinwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartinwi or visit smartinwi.com and click that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep this show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to the listener who bought you 3 cups of coffee last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's much appreciated.
Yes, thank you very much. It keeps Shanna engaged. It's like a little carrot. The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies we discuss in this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do. And we'll talk to you the week after next, right here on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.